Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Average African Kid podcast. So it has been a while right now, and we're getting back on track. A lot has happened in the past few days. For one, Chelsea just left the Champions League. But on the real note, I think we should talk about life and all the changes that have happened so far. Yes, that is true. So welcome to another episode of the Average African Kid podcast, the AK podcast, and it's your host, Toyo Erisanara. And yeah, I'm bringing to you the latest updates from life of a Nigerian and African living in the continent through an IMIC perspective. So right now, you know what's happening right now. I'm almost done with my National Youth Service, and I posted up a video recently about my whole experience from beginning of camp till the end of my time in school. And yeah, it was a fun time. It was a fun experience. I can say that I learned a lot. I did some projects that were able to raise some money and install some amenities in schools, which was nice. That was cool. And for the past few days, I guess it has been trying to get back on the horse, trying to get back into podcasting, into my workflow. I did a lot of studying before I started doing the youth service, and so this past year I wouldn't have the time or the opportunity to do as much reading of like academic books. I did a lot of reading of other kind of books, but academic books and academic courses took a pause for me. But I'm getting back to them, and it's clear. It's showing up in everything I do. I see have you ever noticed this thing in your life that when you start reading, your head starts getting hot, and not just hot, starts getting like crammed up, and then you now feel hungry? That happens to me a lot. It's like I read and my brain is telling me I need more food, feed me. So I eat some more, sleep, and I get back to studying. So that has been me for the past I guess month. I'm doing a lot more studying. I'll tell you what I'm studying later on, not in this episode, not in this video. But I guess the thing I wanted to get back on was getting back on track. You see, I haven't released an episode in a few weeks, and not because I don't want to, but because I have too many grand ideas. I've told you this before, that I want to do so many big things that I end up doing nothing. And so that's the paralysis of analysis that hits once in a while, and it hit again, but I'm breaking free from it. And honestly, there hasn't been that much to talk about. I really wanted to get some guests on board, so I let me do this. Let me put it out to you. If you have someone you know who has an interesting story to tell, or someone you would like to see featured on this podcast, you can reach out to me on Instagram at ITSEOBA. Just say that you're from the Average African Kid community and that you want to recommend someone for the podcast. Or you can reach me on the email at theaverageafricankid@gmail.com, theaverageafricankid@gmail.com. And that way I get some more insights on what we want to see. I think the biggest drawback with podcasting is a lack of feedback, especially if you're doing it on just the platform. So I'm going to end up moving over to the YouTube platform for podcasting again, but who knows? We'll watch and see what happens with that. So, that's an update right now. Just getting back on track. Once I get this one ready, I'll start telling you some more things. I will tell you this. I did get some more stuff, some more gear to use for the podcast. And one was not particularly as useful as I thought. I'm using it right now, but I thought it was going to do a lot more for me than this. But oh well, we are good and we keep moving on. So, thank you for watching this. Listen to this episode rather. It's a short one, and you didn't really get that many pieces of tad bit information, but you do know that we're still kicking and we're still pushing. So I hope to see you next time when we have a guest or when we have something more to talk about on the show. Thank you.